Namaste. I am here with fourth lesson, 11th mathematics, chapter complex numbers. In previous lessons, we studied what are complex numbers, modulus of complex number, representation of complex numbers in a plane, and so many things before this. Today, we are going to study the topics. First of all, complex plane, then polar representation of complex numbers, and to find modulus and argument of complex numbers which are given us in polar form. Now take this figure under consideration, or see here. This is a xy plane. We can point out, we can draw here points when we are given the points in form of ordered pair. Say 2 and 3, 5 and 0, 0 and 2, minus 3 and 4, minus 5 and minus 2, 6 and 3. This is x-axis, x prime. This side denotes negative axis, y and y prime. Now this is our origin. Say this is an ordered pair 2, 3. What is the meaning of this ordered pair? If we represent it on a plane, xy plane, here the x coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 3. Now, here the distance from origin is 2. This is the point where the distance from O is 2. Now, on this line, here, each point will be at a distance of 2 units from this y-axis or from origin. Again, this y-coordinate shows that the distance from origin of the point will be 1, 2 and 3. So this will be the point. How can we allocate it? Or we can draw it on a plane. First of all, take x coordinate. This is positive, so this is here, plus 2. Now, if the value of y is positive, then move upward, and it is negative, then it will be below the x-axis. So, it is 3 units. So, we will count here 1, 2 and 3. This is A, right? Again, 5, 0. The value of x is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 positive. So, it is 5. And y is 0. So, we have to move, we are not required to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this is B here, 5, 0. Now 0, 2, this point is on x-axis. On x-axis, y coordinate is always 0. Similarly, 0, 2. Now search here 0 on x-axis, this is 0, 1 and 2. This is 0, 2. This is C. It is on y-axis. Now minus 3, 4. How we will point out this ordered pair? X coordinate or value of x is minus 3. So -1, -2 and -3. This is -3 and y is 4. So 4 will be on upward direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be there. Here it will be. This will be D. And in the same way, -5, -2. This is -5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -2. 1 minus and -2. This is E. And F 6, 3. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3 positive. So it will be on upward. If it is 6 minus 3, then go down by 3 units here on this line. 1, 2 and 3. This is F 6 minus 3. So, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 3. This will be the point, 6 minus 3. In this way, we can draw any point which is given us in the form of ordered pair on any xy plane or Cartesian plane. Now, how can we read the coordinates if points are given? Just say A. Directly go to x-axis. We will reach here. This is 2. And on y-axis, this is 3. So 2, 3. Again, on y-axis, it is 0. And x-axis, it is 5. So the coordinates are 5, 0. In the similar way, we can find coordinates of a given point. This is all about allocation of any point on plane, or if a point is given, then how to find the values of x and y in ordered pair. So there will be a particular point for each ordered pair on any plane. If we denote or we represent any complex number z equal to x plus iota y by xy, and the position of this is P here, the point P, say xy, then this will be x, the value of y, and this will be value of x here. Y. Join this with P. OP, that is modulus of z, and is equal to x square plus y square. Here the base is x and perpendicular is y. If we call PM as base and OM as base and PM as perpendicular in this right angle triangle where this angle is right angle. We have already discussed it. So in a plane, each complex number can be represented by a particular or a unique ordered pair. If x and y both are positive for the complex number z, then this will be in this side, in this quadrant. Now, if x is negative, and y is positive, it will be here, and both are negative, then this will be here in this part. And then further, if x is positive and y is negative, then this will be here. Or in whole plane, we can show any complex number with x and y as the real numbers. They may have different signs, say plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, and plus minus, x and y. This plane, when we represent any complex number by a ordered pair, by any ordered pair x, y, which is z equal to x plus iota y, then this is called complex plane. If x and y are real, then this is a Cartesian plane or a simple plane. But if we represent y axis, on y axis imaginary number, it means y is imaginary. Y is part of imaginary quantity, associated with imaginary quantity, then this will be called an adjoint plane or a complex plane. So we can show any complex number in adjoint plane or a complex plane. Now come to polar representation. What do you mean by polar representation? Before going towards this, I am explaining again. Let z be a number x plus iota y. Its conjugate will be x minus iota y. Change the sign of y. Its modulus will be square root of x square plus y square. Now consider the previous figure here. This is an complex plane with x and y as axis. O is the origin and P be a point with x, y as coordinates. Let it z be the number x plus iota y. Now join P with O. We will have OP as under the root x square plus y square, and it is denoted by modulus of z. In polar representation, we represent any complex number in the form of first distance of this end point xy or a point P from origin, and we denote it by r. Then what is r? R is nothing but it is modulus of z, this number, and it is x square plus y square. Taking square root of this, we will get the modulus. So the modulus is represented by r. This is called the modulus of any complex number. If we denote this angle by theta, and what is theta? Theta is the angle formed by this line OP with x-axis in positive direction. The measurement of angle in this way, this direction is positive direction and this is negative direction. Phi. Phi is negative angle here and theta is positive angle here. This is called anti-clockwise direction. And this is clockwise. Direction. So here the angle is measured in positive direction always. So theta is angle and r is polar length. Now how can we represent any complex number in the form of x plus iota y by these two in form of r and theta. R and theta, where r is the distance of this point P from origin and theta is angle measured in positive direction from x-axis. Now we must introduce some trigonometrical functions here. Just say this is r, which is equal to modulus of z. This is the point P, x, y. This is foot of perpendicular. We have taken it several times previously. O is the origin. Now this will be y and this will be x. This is x coordinate or first part of ordered pair and this will be second part of ordered pair. This angle is theta. If this angle is denoted by theta, then opposite side will be this side and we call it perpendicular. And this side, which is a part of this angle theta, is called adjacent side. And in other words, we call it base. So we want to express y in terms of r and theta. So by trigonometrical functions, what is the relation between opposite side and hypotenuse when this angle POM is theta? This is perpendicular upon hypotenuse and that is sine theta. So we can write here y upon r. This is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. That is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. That will give us sine theta. Now, this base divided by this side or OM upon OP, we can write it as PM upon OP. Again, we can write OM upon OP. One known side, we can say that this R is known to us because we want to express it in polar form. So we are using only R and theta for X and Y. So what will happen? OM upon OP will be X upon R. And that will be cos theta by our definition. So find here the value of y. This implies that y will be equal to, simple mathematics, cross multiply it, r sine theta. and x will be r cos theta. I am explaining it again. If you take this triangle, right angle triangle, right angle at M, then this is modulus of Z and we denote it by R to represent a number in polar form. Then this coordinate y is Pm and the x is given by OM. OM represents x here. Now this angle is theta. We want to find the values of x and y using r and theta. So y upon r will be sin theta and x upon r, x divided by r will be cos theta by our knowledge of trigonometrical functions. So what is the value of x here in terms of r and theta? It is r cos theta. And what is y here? It is r sin theta. In this way, now what can we write? Z can be written as r cos theta. Put the value of x here. And y again here, I r sin theta. R is common factor here, so take r outside. We will have cos theta plus iota sin theta. So this is called polar representation of any complex number x plus iota y, and this is simple representation in terms of x and y, or this is in terms of r and theta. This is length of pole and this is direction of pole. Again listen, this is length of pole. If we measure any distance of a given point from origin, it's called pole, and its distance from the origin is called polar distance. Second, the direction of OP, the angle made by this line joining O and P with x-axis in positive direction is called theta. So we have expressed z x plus iota y in this form, and this is called polar form of complex number. Now we come to the point, modulus and argument of any complex number. If z be the number x plus iota y and its polar form is r multiplied by cos theta plus iota sin theta, then modulus of z, as we discussed earlier, will be square root of x square plus y square, and this is denoted by this symbol. We read it as modulus of z. Now how can we find for polar representation of complex number, or if a complex number is given in form of polar, it is in polar form, say. So what is the value of r here? R will be the modulus of z, r will be square root of x square plus y square. Put here the values of x and y. Now if we compare this, here I can write it r cos theta plus iota r sin theta. Then x will be r cos theta as we have earlier saw it. The imaginary part is y, and in place of y in polar form we will have r sin theta. Now square both these, we will get r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta. Now simplifying this, we will get the r square is common, cos square theta plus sin square theta in bracket. What is this? This is first fundamental identity of trigonometry, and it is sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So we can put here 1. Now put here 1. we will have r square into 1. That is r square only. And this will be r. So, if we want to find modulus of any complex number given in form of pole or polar form, what will we do? We will add and square and add both the parts here, and then we will proceed in the way we can find the modulus of r. We will practice it by taking some examples. Now, what is argument of any complex number? In definition or in the process of representation in polar form, we have taken two parameters, r and theta. R is modulus and theta is called argument of complex number. Now, how can we find theta? See the previous figure again. This is origin, this angle is theta, this is r, pxy is xy are coordinates of this point P, where the complex number is x plus iota y, this number. Now take, this is y and this is x. What is the relation between two sides? Perpendicular and base for this angle theta in this right angle triangle. This is nothing but y upon x is tangent theta, or tangent theta is equal to y upon x. Imaginary part upon real part. But if both are negative, these are negative, then the value will be positive after simplification. So we must consider, we must drill a practice here, we must practice here something. And what is that? The sign of x and y are like this. X is positive and y is positive. Theta lies in 0 is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to pi. It will be pi by 2 up to 90 degree in this part, say. These are 4 quadrants. So this is R here, P point, and this is our x-axis. We must write it capital because we are using small x here, x. Here it is y. This is theta. Now, if the angle is acute angle, this means from 0 degree to pi by 2. If x and y both are positive, the angle will be between 0 to pi by 2. And if x is negative in this side here, x is negative and y is positive. On above x-axis, y is always positive. Below x-axis, y is always negative. Say this. Positive and this negative. X-axis. Here y. And here see again. On the right hand side of y-axis, x is always positive, and on left hand side of this y-axis, x will be negative. So this is say y-axis our y prime, this is x prime. Y is always positive, y is always negative here. Now here see, x is positive towards this side x, and here it will be negative x. Here this is y and this is y. So in this part, x will be negative and y will be positive. The angle will be between, I am simplifying it, not writing it condition, 0 to 90 degree or 0 to pi by 2. Now more than pi by 2 here, more than pi by 2 and pi, that is, sorry, I have written here in wrong manner. This is 90 degree, more than 90 degree and up to 180 degree. This means pi by 2 to pi. Again, both are negative in third quadrant or third part, 70 degree, pi to 3 pi by 2. And x is positive and y is negative. It means 270 degree to 360 degree. And that is 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. And it is also again 0. So after a revolution of 360 degree or 2 pi, we are again here. Just say 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, again 0. This circle will repeat always, or it will be repeated after 2 pi revolution, or after an interval of 2 pi, the position again is same. So let us see here again. If both are positive, then we will have the values in first quadrant, and it means the angle is between 0 degree to 90 degree. 90 degree includes this. More than 90 and up to 180, the less than 80, 180, x will be negative and y will be positive. Again, this condition is, I have explained it earlier. So what will we do? We will take the sign of y and x in consideration before determining angle. Question number 1 from our exercise 5.2. Find modulus of this complex number z minus 1 minus iota root 3. Find modulus and argument. It is very easy to find modulus by comparing this minus 1 minus iota root 3 by x plus iota y. Here x equal to minus 1 and y equal to minus root 3. So by first method, we can find them. Modulus of z equal to square root of x square plus y square. That will be minus 1 square plus square of minus square root of 3. This will be 1 and this will be 3. So square root of 4, that is 2. So modulus of z is 2. It means r is equal to 2. What about this argument? Tangent theta will be y upon x. Now, what is y here? Minus root 3. And x here? Minus 1. Tangent theta will be square root of 3. If we cancel them, it is square root of 3. And what is the angle for which angle theta tangent is square root of 3? It is 60 degree, or theta is pi by 3. That is we can say 60 degree. But consider our previous discussion in mind. X positive and Y positive. Is this the case here? No. X negative and Y also, Y positive. No. X negative and Y also negative. Yes, this is the position. X positive and Y negative. No. So angle will be in this part here. So the point -1 minus root 3 lies in this third quadrant. So we have to decide the angle theta, value of angle theta by this consideration. So look here, this will be the angle 60 degree added to 180 degree. It means pi plus pi by 3, 4 pi by 3. From this side, this 4 pi by 3. It is greater than pi, so we change this into negative angle. And what will we do for making it? The line is here, the line of revolution is here. So from this side, the angle will be with negative sign, and we can calculate it, or we can find it by 4 by 3 minus 2 pi, and it will give us 6 pi minus 2 pi by 3. So it will be minus 2 pi by 3. So this is one way, first way. How can we find modulus and argument with the help of complex number or a given complex number in form x plus iota y? Now second way, we can change this in polar form, and the two results are obvious there. Let z equal to x plus iota y equal to -1 minus iota root 3, and it is represented by r cos theta plus iota sin theta. Then first find r and then find theta and put here. So r will be equal to, or we can find it here on comparison. R cos theta is equal to -1 and r sin theta is equal to minus square root of 3. Squaring and adding. One and two. R square cos square theta I am writing directly here, plus r square sin square theta equal to -1 square plus minus square root of 3 square. This will be r square cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1 plus 3. R square equal to 4 and r is equal to square root of 4, that is 2. It is again 2 here. Now what about angle? You can find angle with help of this tangent theta equal to sin theta upon cos theta. and this is nothing but this is sin theta upon cos theta, and it is equal to, we can write it r sin theta upon r cos theta. R cancels r. This is minus square root of 3 and this is minus 1, and tangent theta equal to in the similar way previously we solved it, and tangent theta is equal to tangent of minus 2 pi by 3. So theta is equal to minus 2 pi by 3. So this number z minus iota plus, sorry, minus 1 minus iota root 3 is equal to, what is value of r? Put here 2 into cos of minus 2 pi by 3 or plus iota sin minus 2 pi by 3. So changing this x plus iota y form into polar form, we can find here modulus also and also the argument here. That's all. We will continue it in next lesson. Thank you.